First time home buyers, this is where most people go wrong. Number one, shopping before getting pre-approved. All right. So a lot of times you end up going out shopping, you end up seeing a home that you like, but we don't know what our buying power is. We don't know if we qualify for that amount of house, etc. Right? So what's the monthly payment going to be? All that jazz. So getting pre-approved is actually going to be what you want to do first. Okay, one, it helps you find out and narrow down what you qualify for. Price point, and then number two, you'll see what those payments are going to look like as well. All right. A lot of times everyone has a budget or give or take of where you want to be at. This will help narrow that down. Okay. Number two, a lot of times you're focused on the price. All right. So being focused on the price, you don't want to forget about taxes. There's going to be taxes, insurance, HOA fees, maintenance fees, additional maintenance fees sometimes in some neighborhoods. So you want to know that information rather than just being focused on the fixed final price of the house. So the total price of the home does impact, but that is going to be more so for somebody that's going to pay cash. A lot of times we're going to be financing it and you're going to be paying a monthly payment. And that's where the taxes, the insurance, the HOA, and the maintenance fees come into play. And they're going to impact that monthly payment. So sometimes we think that it's going to be a low monthly payment, but when you start to tack all these things in, or a low price of home, and if it's a low price of home and you start to tack all these things on, now that payment shoots up a lot higher. All right, so be focused on that, pay attention to that as well, and know what those dues are, those fees, those taxes in the area. Ask those questions when you're purchasing a home. All right. Number three, skipping the inspection. All right. So a lot of new homes are already going to have inspections done during the build of the house. But even though it is a new home, it is good to still get inspection done. Those are called the third-party inspection. They do have different price ranges depending on if you do like a three-phase inspection or you just do a final inspection on a home that's already been completed. All right, like a three-phase inspection would be like when you do one at the slab stage, at the frame stage, and then once the home is finalized, that would be the three-phase inspection. That may have a little bit more cost because that's requiring that inspector to come out and do different inspections at different stages of the home and provide those to the project manager. If it's just the final inspection, a third party inspection, when the home is completed, they come out, they do their their tests inside and outside of the home, or their inspections, and then they provide that list, and then the construction team will review it, make the adjustments, make the corrections that are needed to the home, and then let the inspector know to come back out and see what was done in that home. And then that would be a separate cost. Check with your inspectors and see what they would charge you, and maybe just kind of price it out between one or two different inspectors. They're all going to run about the same anyways, but missing that inspection, getting that missing, not, or skipping doing the inspection, all right, can be fatal because they could have missed steps during the build of that home. But again, most builders are already going to have inspections done on the house, and then also if the homes are warrantied by the builder as well. Like for example, with KB, we do have a 10-year structural warranty that's on your roof, frame, and foundation. You automatically get the 2-year on the delivery systems, that's heating, cooling, electrical, wiring, plumbing, and appliances in the home. And you get a 1-year workmanship and material warranty that comes for the first year, anything that was put into the home or put together in the home by our trades. All right, and that's 100% covered by KB Home. It comes standard with every single one of our houses out here. But yeah, still getting that inspection, having another set of eyes take a look at the house and making sure everything is done properly before you move in just helps give us more peace of mind as homeowners, right? All right, now number 4, making big financial changes before you close on the house. Now, this is the big one here. Because the lender, the financing people, the loan officers, they're going to recheck credit, and they're going to recheck your credit one last time before you close on the house. So you definitely don't want to do these. You definitely want to pay attention to this here, okay? So buying a car while you're in a process of purchasing a home or closing on a home, that's a big no-no that can definitely mess it up completely for you. All right. The second part of that is opening up credit lines. If you open up more credit lines, a lot of times if you charge up that card or something, now that's going to bring down your buying power that you qualify for a home purchase. So definitely want to avoid that as well. And that's going to be more paperwork that now that you have to turn in as well. If you opened up a credit line or you help somebody else get a credit line, that's going to affect your credit score. That's going to affect your buying power and can make or break whether you're going to qualify for the home that you're trying to purchase. All right. And then the last thing under this as well, as far as big financial changes, is changing jobs while you're purchasing a home or while you're closing on a house, okay? Definitely do not want to do any change of jobs at all while you're trying to buy this house or close on this home, okay? That can definitely mess it up. And you also, I would always recommend this before you do any of these things, cars, credit cards, or job changes. Please make sure you contact your loan officer as well. If you're already in the process, contact that loan officer and make sure that you let them know, and they'll make sure that to tell you, like, please don't do this at all, or whatever they may recommend. But I would make sure that you contact your loan officer that's helping you with your loan and your approval process, okay? So make sure you contact them. Don't do any of these situations beforehand. A lot of times they've already given you a list of things not to do while you're buying the house, all right? So that's a big one there. So just make sure. Number 5, don't let emotion drive your decision in your home buying process, okay? And let me explain a little bit on that. Make sure you stick with the budget as well, because a lot of times you fall in love with something that's going to be way above your budget, and then now that might mess it up, right? Now you're going to be what's called house poor, or having to work a whole lot of extra, etc. All right. So anyways, just stick with that. Make sure you keep a budget in mind of what you're trying to work with, okay? Next is compare your options. Compare a couple of options, check a couple of different financial options as well. See if something works for you on an FHA loan with your loan officer, a conventional loan, different things of that nature, or if there's different buying programs that can assist you and help you out as well there. Okay, those are going to be huge factors. All right, so just take a look at that and keep those things, keep them in consideration. Okay. Also, think about the resale value of where you're at or where you're purchasing. Okay, I'm just wanting you to kind of wrap your mind around that. Okay, so think about the resale value. Is this area going to be up and coming in the next 5 to 7 years? Is this going to be something that's going to blow up and be where everybody is trying to move to? You want to kind of anticipate that. I know it's kind of tough to do that, especially if you're a first-time buyer or buying your first home. But just take a look. Where is everything coming from? Like, for example, here we're in Beasley. Beasley is just south of Rosenberg. Rosenberg's fully developed. Everything's going out toward Needville. Everything's going out toward Fulshire already. And those areas are high demand, and so the price values are a lot higher out there. If you come out to Beasley, you're going to get something that's going to be more affordable, more square footage, and a lower monthly payment. So yes, that's kind of something to consider. Is you're going to see that the development is coming out in this direction, so that's going to definitely help customers with resale value in the next 5 to 7 years, or even if they stay in the home a little bit longer and have a little bit bigger commitment and stay here 10, 15 years, they're definitely going to have a lot more resale value in the future once all the other amenities come in, stores, retail, etc., come out to these areas. All right. And that's kind of what you're going to see in the market on the outskirts of the city of Houston. You're going to see the further out you go, the more house you get for a lower pricing. Okay, so just take that in consideration there. Hopefully these tips helped you out, the 5 tips here to take a look at. And if you're wanting to get more information in regarding to houses under 300,000 in the area here, DM me list. Okay, just DM me list, and I can send you over a list of my homes, move-in ready homes that we have in the Houston area under 300,000. All right, hopefully this brought you value. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great one.